What's up, nerds? What's up, nerds? Gozmaster with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest, KAITO Dancing Shadow Bundle. The IRL cash available, blue-black Planeswalker in the vault right now. Is he worth the IRL cash? Should you pick him up now? Should you wait for gold? Should you avoid him altogether? I'll be covering all of that in my full, detailed, unbiased review as always. But before we get into that, as always, my appreciation, gratitude, and much heartfelt thanks to Oktagon. Thank you guys so much. Super cool for spotlighting and giving me access to this Planeswalker in advance. This is sponsored by, obviously, Oktagon and D3, so that we can get you guys early access in my review of this video and of this walker. Is he good? Is he worth it? Much better than the last review. Let's just put it that way. I will give you a bit of a warning, though. This review is going to be a little bigger than my normal reviews because there's so many different things you can do and so many different approaches. I definitely want to spotlight a few different approaches to maximizing KAITO's abilities. So with that said, let's get into it. What does KAITO's Dancing Shadow Bundle include? Ooh, he's my shadow dancer, dancing for bundles. That's just the way you want me to be. It's magic. So 50 gold, 25,000 runes, 120 jewels. You get a regular booster pack, you get a blue booster pack, and a black booster pack. And of course, you have the Planeswalker, 29 American USD dollars plus 99 cents, or two dual color walkers available in the vault for 650 gold when they are available. Typically about 4 to 6 weeks after they're made available for IRL cash. Let's take a look at the Planeswalker himself. KAITO-san. All right, I don't mean any offense, but whenever I say KAITO's name, I'm always thinking about anime, and I'm just hearing Japanese anime. It's just stuck in my head, so no offense intended. I just love anime. Watched some awesome anime last night. All right, with that said, KAITO, Dancing Shadow, 101 on the kick drum. That's too low of a life total. I would love to see him over 110, 115 or better, but there it is. All right, 3 abilities and loyalty or mana gain. So for 4 loyalty, Spark Blocking Technique. An opposing creature without can't attack and can't block at random gains can't attack and can't block until the beginning of your next turn. You may return your last creature to your hand and lose 2 loyalty. If you do, repeat this effect once. For 6 loyalty and bouncing a perm creature into your hand, you will use this from time to time when you're behind and you need to play catch up. Case in point, if they got Phyrexian Vindicator or if they're playing Faithbound Judge in their build, you think you will not use this, you will use this. In this last weekend's event, I lost a round to a Phyrexian Vindicator that I was not paying attention to playing. I was just kind of going through my build was going to win. It just always wins. But he had the Vindicator on the board, so I'm swinging with like a 200 power creature, and Vindy's hitting me in the face with my own 200 power, and I'm like, dang it.
Well, as I write in my book, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Why are you still hitting yourself?
Had I just disabled the creature or used, it was Dakin, if I'd used the secondary ability, I could have bounced him. Well, KAITO has his first ability that allows you to get it. Now, the downside here with KAITO is that it's random, and you don't know which creature it's going to hit. So you think, I'm never going to use that bounce ability for my creatures on the board. Yeah, you might if you're not hitting the most important creature that's on the board. And you definitely want to keep their creatures down to no more than 2 creatures on their side of the board to ensure you're hitting that first creature with Vigilance or Prevent Damage and Defender or whatever it is. So be mindful of that. That is a lot of what I've been sensing with this. And yes, you will use this ability more than you think you will. 8 loyalty for Whisper Gathering. Whisper, whisper. Very soft, very light, like the wings of a butterfly. Draw a card. You may return the last non-token creature you control to your hand. If you do, the last 3 cards in your hand gain 10 mana. You will be spamming this. I have loved this ability, and I will go into it more here in a bit. 15 mana, Recognition Patrol. Create 4 drone tokens. You may return your first non-token creature to your hand. If you do, reinforce those tokens 4 times. So the drone tokens are 2/2s. We'll show you those here in a minute, but essentially you get 4 of them, so that's an 8/8. You get another 4 times, so that's a 16/16 for you putting another creature in hand. Why would I want to remove my non-token creatures from the board and put them back in my hand? I'm going to show you a couple reasons why you want to do that, because it's boss. That said, let's get into mana bonuses. +5 to black and blue, negligible to white and red, and then -2 to green. No biggie. I like those. You know we like +5 and our main colors. Got no challenges with this at all. My early thoughts are going to be pretty basic. A lot of this is just going to be using the sequences and how these actually work out. So let's really get into our build right out the gate. Let's go. Okay, so here's my Peasant build. So Sten Paranoid Partisan, 10 mana. Legendary 2/2 human wizard, blue, white. When this creature enters the battlefield, reduce the cost of all cards in your hand by 3. We want to spam him. We want him to bounce on the board as much as possible because he reduces the cost in hands permanently by 3. Activate 3 white and blue, or blue. Exile this card and then return to the battlefield under your control with its reinforcements immediately. You might want to run against all odds in this as well. And here, I did not run that in here because I'm going to be using Zephyr Sentinel. 8 mana, flash, flying, 2/1, human soldier. When this creature enters the battlefield, return the first other non-token creature to your hand and gains full mana. If that creature has the soldier subtype, that creature gets +1/+1. So there's a little synergy between Zephyr and Sten, so you can reduce the cost in hand. Sun-Chi, Cave Guard, 23 mana, 8/8. When he dies, you get on your turn only, it gives you 23 mana. So we're going to use some things to get some stuff out. Tezzeret, Cruel Mechanist. I'm not sure if this is the right engine for this. Obviously, if you have Tamiyo, you want to run that instead. But since I'm running some pretty creature or artifact-heavy deck here, I'm running Tezzeret because he's good. Mightstone and Weakstone, I'm not running this because it's great. I'm running this because it's an artifact and it's some removal that we can use. Gateway, and it's an artifact. Getaway Car for haste. Man, this is weird, but it works. Helm of the Gods, you may not have this. This is a rare from Origins, 7 mana. It is, in fact, an artifact, and it is powered up by the artifact ability by Tezzeret's Vanguard. If you control 2 or more supports, target creature gains +3/+3 in first strike. Cut your losses, obviously, to get rid of our Sun-Chi and get some more mana. Broker's Charm to be able to keep their stuff off the board, and then Grafted Identity. This is a lot of fun. This card is a lot of fun. I considered pulling this out because I know that Main Loop featured this card in his deck, but man, this is so good. This really is a really awesome control card. Destroy target creature you control, then gain control of the last opposing creature with the greatest base mana cost. That creature gets +1/+1. So there you go. That's a click of the snapshot of the build. And let's go use the deck. We're going up against Green actually. Running shot. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. Well, I mean, it's all Sun-Chi all the time, right? Let's go. So in this first match, really what I'm going to concentrate on is not what I was going to concentrate on. As soon as they drop Remy, that changes everything. So in this first fight, now that they've dropped Remy, I was going to concentrate on one thing. Okay, guys, look at it here. Shuffler is not fine. 5 cards. I've gotten 5 cards, and 3 of them are the same. Statistically, Lars, I'm talking to you, bro. This is not supposed to be happening. So Oktagon, I will continue to spotlight and point this out. There is absolutely something wrong with the Shuffler. This is not supposed to be happening. In a 40-card deck, my odds of pulling 3 of the same card in the first 6 to 7 cards are very, very small. It is happening to me 30% of the time or more that I'm getting 3 of the same cards. Worse is there are many, another 30% of the time, I'm not drawing a card at all in the first 20 to 22 cards that I'm drawing. I've been measuring this. I'm going to put a full video out that's spotlighting this. If you are watching this and you're not on my Discord and you're seeing this within the first 6 cards that you get 3 without fetching, without any of that stuff, okay, just straight draw. If you have that, come into the Discord, take a screenshot, put it into Shuffler is fine. I have a channel dedicated to this so that I'm creating a catalog so that I can document this for Oktagon. I don't know if they'll do anything about it, but as a collective, we definitely have to come and speak out about this because this is not cool, man. This is not cool at all. My rant is over. I'm going to return us to our regularly scheduled play pattern. All right, so let's go ahead and get Sun-Chi out. Boom, he's a big boy. Now remember, you only get the mana from him when it dies on your turn, not theirs. Oof, look at this. Look at this. So I'm now going to start digging for Grafted Identity is really what we want. I'm going to go ahead and swipe there. I will kill my Grafted. It takes their last creature. Okay, so at the beginning of your combat on your turn, pick one of the first 4 creature cards from your graveyard, return it to the battlefield under your control. That's what happens with that creature. Cool, I like that. Thank you very much. So this is my Peasant build that plays with Mythics all the frickin' time. All right, so we're going to go here. Boom, that should give me more than enough. It does. I get that. Do I want to kill her? I don't think I do. I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. All right, because I think she'll bring it back to the yard, won't she? Oh, look at that. I'm doing some stuff now. It's getting swanky. I return her to my hand. I have my Zephyr on the board. I got another Zephyr. So, yeah, I get to return. Oh, bro, that's sweet. So here's another unintentional focus with a Mythic build. If you add her to this build, you're in place of one of your other creatures. Pretty good. Okay, so a couple of notes at this stage in the battle. Number one, the challenge I have with the first ability is it's just can't block, can't attack. This guy, his ability, you have to disable him before this guy will become damageable. The challenge here is that if I don't disable Remy, then it's kind of a moot point. So I have to destroy that card in some way. I have to deal with it. So that's my challenge with the first one is it should disable the first creature. Can't block, can't attack is lame. Secondarily, for Whisper Gathering, when I do that, it's going to be the last creature that goes into my hand. I have to make sure I have 2 slots in my hand because I'm going to draw a card first. And if I draw a card and there's not enough room to return the creature to my hand, I will not gain the mana. Allow me to demonstrate. So now I'm going to do the second one. I draw that card. It gives me the option. Yes, I get that. Now I get the 10 mana to everything. I can bring this out, and I definitely want to bring her out. Do I have a way to destroy him and get more mana? I don't think I do. Actually, and then we want to put this out too first so that my Helm of the Gods will actually work. I'll show you here. Let me demonstrate. Boom. Good mana, good mana. We're up to our third ability again. So now I'm going to go ahead, since I cast the Might, so I'm going to take out their creature because I don't want them getting mana advantage. Boom. I have another Grafted Identity. I have Haste on one of my creatures. Okay, this is interesting. Another player. Getaway Car has some very interesting interactions. I'm going to put it on Zephyr Who's-He-What's-It. I'm going to hit Select. So now he's got Pilot 1. Now that I have 2 supports on the board, my Helm of the Gods gives me first strike. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here for no real reason. Just because. And I'm going to go ahead and get him bigger, obviously, since that's bigger. And Zephyr's now getting some bonuses, and she's gotten some bonuses. Does it do damage? It doesn't deal damage to anything. Now, here's the interaction with Getaway Car. This is annoying, so you have to pay attention to this. This is why I was making a comment about it earlier. At the end of your turn, you may return target creature you control with Pilot 1 or greater to your hand. If you do, it gains half of its mana. We want to bounce stuff. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Because we want to have that enters battlefield effect. So I'm demonstrating this not because it's a win con in this deck, but because with Zephyr, you can actually do a lot of different interactions. So with Zephyr, again, we're going to go ahead and use that. And actually, we want to do destroy Buzz Lightyear. Yes, let's go here. So now, Getaway Car is saying, hey, you got to set us somewhere else. Cool, I will put it on her. And you'll see why here in a second, because I'm going to kill my Grafted. I'm going to get a bunch of mana from killing my boy. My hand's full in mana. I grab their last creature. I do the whole rigmarole here again. I guess I'm going to drop him. But it doesn't kill him. I will put first strike on... I'll put first strike on my boy here. Give him some mightier mites. I'll put first strike on him too. Sun-Chi. Should have put it on my other one. And I'm going to replace him. Let's see, so I get to bring more stuff from the yard. I'll do it. It's a fun card, actually. Her with this is a... And I hadn't considered this build. I hadn't considered the Steal Your Go for this part of it. And it actually makes things work well, especially with Sun-Chi, because I'm sending him to the yard and then bringing him back. And here's the other thing with that. I can't add this to my build, can I? It's, what color is this? It's black and red, so I could add her. Okay, so she could be a staple in the deck. Here we go. All right, so now, yeah, let's use our secondary ability again. Let's go. Confirm, let's go. That comes. We get those 3 creatures back. Okay, I could cut my losses, and I will do that. So it gives me more mana, draws another card, get more mana, it gets me up to my 3rd. He's up to 69 here, so I'm not going to say not now. Okay, so go ahead and bring Sun-Chi back. Get some more big boy on the board. And we actually need to start moving. No, we do not want to send him to hand. See, I almost did that. I was going to say, oh yeah, let's put it on him. But if it's asking you to bring it back to your hand, unless you want them in hand, don't do it. Did my game just freeze? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and draw a card. No of that. Let's go here. Him. Actually, let's put that one on him. Makes him bigger. Let's make Sun-Chi bigger. We've got to win here. I think this might be second or last turn. And where is my other... I've pulled 2... Oh, see, I wasn't paying attention and I made the mistake of bringing back Zaitor to my hand. And I didn't need to do that. Yes, let's bring him out. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and do this, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. Broker's Charm's not going to do anything, so this is gonna, let's get rid of that. And need getaway car. That's not going to do anything but draw cards. We don't really need that. So let's go ahead and use our secondary ability. Boom. Got the helm. We say yes. Those all gain mana. Let's go here. Boom. Sure. All right. Select creature replaced with... You know what? We need some power. We're going to keep Blitz, so he's got haste. We got to do 17 points of damage here. We got to make him have haste. And when we attack, I should be able... Let's go ahead and give him first strike as well. No, we're not going to put you out. And we're going to grab another Sun Chi, and is that an... It is an F. No blocking. We got it. That was a hairy game. That was a hairy game. Lots of flubs, lots of misplays. But I demonstrate for you that if you're going to use that getaway car, it does do some wonky stuff. That bit of gameplay focused on the bouncing the pauper creature back to hand and kind of getting stuff done, and really got some mythic stuff so you can steal your girl. KAITO Steal Your Girl with some grafted identity, which I think is a really fun play style with KAITO. However, let me demonstrate in this next one how his tokens really work. Something you want to consider when you're building for it. So we're going to use our third. We get our creature on the board. Okay, now, yes, it's going to pick that creature back up into my hand. It gains no mana. So this is the drone. This is what you get. Creature artifact drone. When this creature is dealt combat damage, your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life for each 1 damage it was dealt. When this creature is destroyed or exiled, your opponent loses X life and you gain X life. X is equal to this creature's power. Our guy has no haste right now, right? No more moves. Our thing hits the board. We want to give him haste. And now he's got that. Bang, bang. Firepower. He's up to 20. It's the end of combat. Hey, you want to return this creature to your hand? No, I don't, because it'll destroy it. So say not now. So we want this guy as bigly as possible. So right now we want to get Mightstone on the board to make him weaker so that when our guy goes up against him, he's not just getting pummeled by it. Boom. All right, so now that we have enough supports, I definitely want to hit my token with the first strike ability so that any creature they put on the board that doesn't have prevent damage, isn't bulletproof, he does his poisoned first strike damage first, and we don't have to worry about anything else. Do not return him to hand. Whew, that is annoying as all get out. Let's go here, boom. So getaway car, give it to the new guy so he can hit the board and do some damage. I mean, it's game. I'm over here putzing over optimizing my attack fight, but well, actually that's just game barely. You see that? I forgot that my guy attacks face. He needs trample in some way. I don't know if there's trample in blue, black, but I haven't really looked that up. Some way for him to get trample on top of that so that he's actually doing damage to your opponent. Because if not, then he just winds up leveling the board and he's more creature control. As long as they don't have prevent damage. If they have prevent damage, then you have to deal with that threat. And I would highly recommend exile or something of that nature, which I didn't build into this. So essentially that's how the third ability works. Let me show you some spotlights on the secondary ability though, because there's some fun synergies we can get into with that. Okay, so another spotlight here is going to be focusing on Gra's Unstoppable Juggernaut. 22 mana, legendary 7/5 artifact Juggernaut. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, your other creatures gain the Juggernaut subtype until the beginning of your next turn. The base power of that and toughness of those become 5/3 until the beginning of your next turn. The other creatures without can't attack, lose Vigilance, Defender, and Reach until the beginning of your next turn. Each opposing wall creature gains can't block until end of turn. So we're going to use that and create a bunch of tokens and try to feed the yard with Vilespawn Spider. Whenever he dies, he brings X number of tokens, 1/1 weenies to the board. In addition to that, Zaitori's Envoy, we're just going to use him to kind of churn through the deck. Su-Chi to get mana and fill the yard. Grafted Identity Feed to sacrifice. All the Casualty for cut your losses, dig up the body. Illicit Shipment to be able to kill our creatures and bring back our dead. Time Reversal to be able to draw into the cards we need to and maximize our blue conversion. And then Broker's Charm to kind of keep their supports clear. Let's go feature this build here. Yeah, let's just immediately ship some shipments. And we don't mind getting that powered up. All right, let's take a 5 swap. Yes, let's go get, I think we take Zerator's Wuziwatset. And we'll go get some free stuff off the board. Let's go here, boom. We're going to lose Blitz because we want to gain the mana from everything he's doing. We don't want him to die. It's one of the few creatures I don't play with, you know, getting the blitz on the board. Maybe later I'll do that, but right now, man, what a turn. What a turn, bro. Let's go ahead and go here. Boom. Oh, I pushed the wrong one. It's all right. It's all right. I think we're going to take that Vindicator. How about that? How about we take some Vindy? Sounds sassy? Let's do it. Just need another creature. Any creature will do. There's Dig Up the Body. We'll take that for sure. Let's go here. Boom. All right, Dig Up the Body time. We'll go here. Boom. Go there. We'll bring back Sun Chi. We will dig up the body. Smash. Go get that. Destroy some stuff. Get our Vile spawn on the board. We'll go ahead and kill that. Get the creatures. Boom. Get the insects for all the creatures we have in the yard. We have 4. And we also get a Vindicator. And we'll also take another Vile spawn just to have him on the board ready to go for the next turn. Sassy. Here. Boom. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to sack our Vile dude with their cut. Get 4 more creature tokens. All right. Get our Vile or our Vindicator up bigger, bigger. All right, we're going to get another Sun Chi on the board. And we're up to our 3rd ability here. Do we want to kill anything? I don't think we do. Just say no for now and attack with Vindicator. And I mean, that's essentially game with Grafted Identity. We're just taking whatever they've got, and we've got a sizable body on the board here. And we've got all the mana we could possibly need. Now, there's another Vindicator. This will be interesting. I don't want that out there. So I'm going to... Oh, man. I mean, 2 5 swaps here. What do you guys want me to do? Come on. I got to kill Sun Chi. I got to take their Vindicator, stack them up on my side, because we like nice things. And I'll go ahead and use my 3rd. Why not? Why the f not? And when it's going to ask me, do you want to do the thing? I'm going to say no, because I don't want to bounce Vindicator to my hand. I want him on the board. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? They will bring their best, and we will use it against them. KAITO, steal your girl. Oh, so beautiful. Such a beautiful thing. We don't need Envoy. We're just going to hold him in hand. Let's go white. And, yeah, just kind of have firm control of the board. And here he's going to have to do something, and none of her abilities are going to help her do anything other than what she just did. Good job, Nahiri. Good job. You wheel your hand for nothing. It's awesome. Really well done. Well, it doesn't matter. We win. I could have destroyed him. Okay, so that's it's one way to win with it. Let's try another.
So that last video didn't demonstrate the power of Graz. Let me show you how that works real quick.
We're going to go ahead and kill our creature, our insects. We have what, 3 creatures in there? 4? More? We have 6 creatures in the yard. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Got another Graz. And yeah, we'll do that. And then look, he's got haste. And now he becomes a 35-21. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Yes, sir. We like that very much. Yes, sir. All right, so they've got a dragon. They got a full hand. Let's see. They've got some stuff. They can do some damage here. That's 4/4/4. But they didn't do enough. All right, so let's see. Don't need that. We do have this. Let's go ahead and make our tokens biggie. We do not want to send our card back to hand, so there's just going to be 4 of them. We get 9. No mana drop. That would have been nice. But you see, 35, it doesn't matter. That's game. 35, 20, 14. That's a big boy. That's such a big boy. Such a big boy. And I get the mana. Yay. All right, there you go. So a quick victory. You can see how quickly the tokens get just ridiculously out of control, and they do some nice things. We like those nice things. But those are Peasant Popper. There's a lot of synergy, man. There's a lot of little things you can do with a secondary ability, focusing on the bounce. Between Zephyr and Graz and the tokens, and I mean, there's a lot of fun in there. Come into the Discord and give me some different deck ideas. You want me to see me build them out for you and kind of put them in there, I'd be happy to do that. But for right now, let's go concentrate on our Mythic build. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, so we're going to talk about 2 Mythic builds here. I'm going to show this one. Click, click. Take a deck pick.
Hey now.
but I'm not going to play this because this wins just all on its own, but I wanted to demonstrate that this is kind of my go-to for him. It's super fast, and it's super fast because of Urza's Saga, coupled with an Inexorable Tide, and then with a backup of Ickermoon Gauntlet. Today, however, I'm going to actually demonstrate another Mythic build that concentrates on a secondary ability because it's really stupid and broken, and oh my gosh, is it just silly. Let me show you. All right. So starting off with Ambiguity, I'm playing Ambiguity because I have Ambiguity. You don't need Ambiguity. It's just something I threw in there for fun. Mox Sapphire for free stuff. Cut your losses because it's broken. Arcane Proxy, you may not have or seen this. 10 mana, kicker 6. This creature gets +2/+2. Activate only if you match blue gem. So you got to match blue. This turn, exile the first spell card from your library with the greatest mana value up to 14. Create a copy of that card in your hand. That copy gains full mana. This effect can trigger only if this card was cast. No other way. No enters battlefield has to be cast. So the biggest spell we have in our deck right now is Cut Your Losses, is from what I understand. Getaway card to get some speed. Azuri Claw of Progress, 10 mana. And then Tainted Adversary. This is just stupid. It costs 6. You have enough mana in hand from all your secondary abilities. It's just broken. It's just ridiculous. The rest of it doesn't even matter. Tameo to get some extra mana. There's a picture of the deck list. Click. This isn't even my mainstay deck. This deck is just nuts. I'm going to go fight legacy decks with it. That's how busted this is. It's stupid. Tammy's on the board. All right, so now that we're here, I mean, it's pretty simple, guys. Let's go ahead and get another card. Where do I want to go? Let's go here. Boom, that's good. Good drop. Well done. Yes, I'm going to say that. That's going to give me 16 tokens. Okay? Now you notice I'm up to my third. Watch this. It's just stupid. Not yet. He's got one turn to deal with it before it's game. One turn. Did not deal with it. That's game. So here we go. We take our secondary ability. We return the creature card to my hand. We gain 30 mana, right? Let's go here. Boom, boom. And that's game, my friends. Confirm. And we wait. Oktagon, you got to fix tokens. Okay, once they're done populating, you hit confirm and GG. That's disgusting. That is disgusting, my man. Disgusting. That's essentially how that works. All right, let's go take a look at my final thoughts. All right, so KAITO Dancing Shadow. I really like him, man. I think he's really fun. His secondary ability has so many different little nuanced synergies that I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what can be broken. Even in decks that I've built and demonstrated here, it allows you the freedom to be able to do multiple win cons or multiple synergies and engines within the same deck. And it's a lot of fun. Inexorable Tide along with Urza's Saga can be one kind of staple in that you have a Tainted Adversary, which can win all by itself. You throw in there some token shenanigans and First Strike along with like Helm of the Gods. And my friend, you have like 4 or 5 different win cons in the same build because of what he does. And you have +5/+5 to blue-black. It's pretty significant. You can even run Steal Your Girl along with all of it, which is fantastic if you're doing the Vile Spawn insect creature. But if you're not going to run Grafted Identity, you need to have something that does exile as removal because damage stuff like Broker's Charm won't do it. Phyrexian Vindicator, Rem, Faithbound Judge, those 3 cards right now are the meta. I mean, those 3 cards combined you're going to run into them probably 40% of the time, and that's probably being conservative. And as they start to get more popular, you're going to see them more and more, especially after this new set rotation, which will be at all the cards we're going to have inside of the standard meta until September when they rotate out the other cards. But those 3 cards are going to be everywhere. Phyrexian Vindicator, you better get used to dealing with that. And you need to have some type of exile or Steal Your Girl, and Grafted Identity is a great way to get that done. So back to KAITO. Yeah, let's recap his abilities. 4 for his first ability. You will be using his first ability to pin that creature, that first creature down if it's Phyrexian Vindicator or Faithbound Judge or anything that has Vigilance or Defender and prevent damage. If you can do that, then it gives you can sneak your last game-winning damage in typically and take the dub away from your opponent. If you don't have that, it's great that it's that cheap because you can't get it done. I'm glad that it's non-targeted, but I'm also not glad that it's non-targeted because there's gonna be times where you're like, you didn't get the right creature, you hit the one that I didn't want to get, and it's gonna be rando, it's gonna be RNGesus you're praying to, hoping that you get the right creature. So be prepared to do it twice. All right, Whisper Gathering, it's all about a secondary ability. That has so many different synergies, there's so many different fun things you can do with it. We didn't even scratch the surface of it. And I just went with enters battlefield cards. There's some cards that just, when they're on the board, they do certain things, or when leaves battlefield, right? I didn't even go look up those abilities to go through. There's several different cards that you have that are available to you, and this can hit like 3 or 4 major keywords that you can play with, and it's only 8 loyalty. That's a really good deal for that ability. Third, Recognition Patrol, Recognition Patrol. The 4 drones are solid, but so 3 things. They don't fly, they don't have trample, so that damage dies with a creature it hits, and he's going to go beat himself to death, which is good because it does damage to him and then it does the damage to your opponent for what it takes. However, I like my guy to keep around, and if they have something with prevent damage and you're not able to get past it and it just winds up chipping away at him, it's a little harder to get to. But at 15 loyalty, it's not too impossible to make happen. That becomes another win con in and of itself. He's a good Planeswalker. I really like him. He's an A tier for me at least. Depending on what we see for the next set, if there's anything that we can create some loops that when we return a creature to hand, we're able to give it mana in addition to just the 10 that he gives, and would make him an S tier walker in my opinion. So with that said, between his mana bonuses, life's a little low, but it's all about a secondary ability. It is so much fun, and the fun factor there is it's an 8 out of 10 for me. It is so much fun. It's really, really fun to use. Now the challenge is Dakin exists, so if you don't have Dakin is by far, and not even close, superior to KAITO. However, KAITO himself is phenomenal, man. He's a lot of fun. I really enjoy him. Is he worth the IRL cash? I think so, man. If you've got the scratch, that's up to you. You got to make those decisions. If you saw enough gameplay that made this look like a lot of fun, he's a blast. For my playstyle and what I like to do, he is a lot of fun. Several different ways you can break him, and there's still 4 or 5 different ways I want to test him that I haven't gotten a chance to yet, just because I haven't had a chance to. He's so versatile. He's so flexible, and blue and black is so strong right now with Cut Your Losses. It's kind of a no-brainer. If you're not going to pick him up for cash, should you pick him up for gold for 650 when he's available in the vault? Yeah, he's kind of a no-brainer. As far as blue-black is concerned, absolutely the strongest blue-black walker solo. That said, my friends, I appreciate you. I know you could be anywhere in the world. You chose to spend this time with me here. What do you think? Did you pick him up? Did you already start to break him? Do you have some builds that you're fantastically using right now outside of the standard broken loop-de-loops? What have you done that's synergized with his abilities specifically? I'd love to hear it. Or if you haven't gotten him yet and you'd like to see some synergies tested, get into the Discord. Let me know what cards you want to see tested with him. I'll go run them out and let you know, hey, yeah, that works or it doesn't. And if that's what you're counting on, you can make that decision before you pick them up. With that said, my friends, until our next quest, I appreciate you specifically. I do, I really do. If you've made it this far, you're one of the cool kids. Until our next quest, Georgia. Remember this? Mr. Walker! Remember this? Mrs. Walker! Remember this?